Welcome to the Master Chief Collection, and yes, this is not Star Wars Battlefront, but it is a Battlefront mod for Halo 3, which I know you're already thinking, that's really cool. And I have to say, this is one of the best made mods I've yet to see from the MCC. The level of detail in some of the assets and the way the vehicles control is actually fantastic. So this is Hoth, which you may or may not already know. I'm not actually that familiar with Star Wars lore, so if I get any of the names of the vehicles wrong, I apologize in advance. I know some of you guys are going to be really upset with me. But this is a crossover mod for Halo 3, which brings various Battlefront maps to Halo 3. And you can see in the background here, we've got a Halo battle going on with what looks like Phantoms, Pelicans, Hornets, and Banshees, and a big ship coming out the background. So it really is a combination of Battlefront and Halo, which I think is pretty cool. As someone who played, obviously, the Halo series and the original Battlefronts, this is a match made in heaven, and I really love the way you can pick up original Halo weapons, and you can also pick up the occasional Star Wars weapon, mixed with warthogs that spawn, and what you can see over there is a Star Wars vehicle. Now, because this is obviously a multiplayer map, it's going to look a little bit barren. I'll show you that in a moment, because it's actually quite difficult to get in matches with these mods. Because they are mods, there's no matchmaking for them, so you have to get friends together to play the game if you want to play this in multiplayer. But what I was saying was that this is really well made, because look at the physics, look at the model, look at the way it controls. This functions like a completely, what would you call it, first-party, not mod game. The way this all controls, the way the vehicle moves, the way it sounds is so well done. And I'm so impressed that the mod authors have managed to make this so authentic to not just Star Wars, but Halo 2. Not Halo 2, Halo 3, obviously. The amalgamation of Star Wars assets and Halo assets just works. I really love this mod. What I'm going to do is show you all of the vehicles and all of the weapons and the various maps, because it isn't just Hoth. We can actually get inside the AT-AT, because of course you can. There we go. This has all of the various sound effects that you'd expect, and it's got a alternate mode that you can shoot. And I don't exactly know how this would be taken out, because you can fly the ships with the wire that you coil around the legs on the original Battlefront games, but they spawn in the hangars, which are, I believe, behind this cliff here. So we are going to have to make a little transition over there if we want to see that. But you jump out of it, and apparently the pilot seat is somewhere inside there. But I am genuinely staggered at the quality of this mod, and I definitely recommend you check this out if you're a fan of the original Battlefront, or if you just want to play a cool mod, because this is one of the coolest I've ever seen. This is the hover tank, and I don't actually know whether or not these custom vehicles are using the sort of, what would you call it, architecture of previous Halo vehicles, because they function so well, they sound so cool, and feel good to control. This feels like a new vehicle in the Halo sandbox. It doesn't feel like it is like a retextured Scorpion, for example, or a retextured Hornet. It definitely feels like its own unique thing, which is really rare for mods. And we've got one of the speeder bikes here. This, similarly, is very unique feeling. Has all the sound effects, got the assets. Really impressive. Let's see if we've got one of the... No, so there's a suppressed SMG here. Most of the weapons aren't, in fact, Battlefront related, but there is actually a weapon you can pick up, which is Battlefront. I think it's just the normal blaster rifle that you get in the game. But as you can see, the level of detail that has gone into the map isn't quite as good as the level of detail that are in the vehicles and the weapon, for example, but still really impressive stuff. Here we've got another wall of weapons. Seems to just be default Halo 3 weapons. We've got the suppressed pistol, we've got the suppressed SMG, and all of the caves are still here, but I do believe you can go right through the caves into the hangar. So this is just a recreation of the Hoth map. We've got some equipment spawns there. Another wall, that's got the pistol. You can't dual wield both of the pistols, which is a shame. But these are all Halo 3 weapons. I really do want to show you the Battlefront weapon, because that's another highlight for the mod. All right, here we are in the hangar. This is the flying ship that I was telling you about. It doesn't look like we can see any of the Battlefront weapons yet, but we've got one of the air speeders. Here we go. Look how well this controls. Really, really delicately controllable. For a flying machine in a mod, you'd expect this to be really janky, but look how much control I've got over it. You just literally point to where you want to go, and it goes. It functions. The sound effects are really awesome. And you've got rocket launchers. How cool is that? This is the other side of the map here. Now, I don't actually fully understand the layout of this map, because I thought that this was where the AT-AT spawned for the other side, but it doesn't seem to be the case. But I suppose that doesn't really matter. Let's check out the Battlefront weapon here. I think this is it. Yeah, it is. Look at it. You can zoom in. It's got all the necessary sound effects, and I think that's even... I don't think it's a custom animation, actually, but you can also get in these turrets. Not sure if I showed you that. But yeah, it is a little bit barren without other multiplayer people to shoot at and be on your team. But because it's a mod, it's too difficult to find games, unfortunately. But all of the Halo 3 vehicles are unchanged. You can just drive the Scorpion, get in the machine gun, just the same way you can in Halo 3. Doesn't look like it's... oh, there we go. And it's obviously the Arctic-themed version of all of the Halo 3 vehicles. All right, here we are with map number 2, Genosis. And I believe this actually has more weapons to show. So we've got a pistol. And we've got whatever this machine gun is. I think this is the Clone Wars. So these are quite different in terms of their overall faction, would you say, or use case. Each of these maps seems to spawn with an elephant, which you can obviously drive and get on the turret for. But they've got pretty good recreations overall. This feels like the Genosis map from the original Battlefront, which is cool. Let's just make sure you can actually drive this. Yep, you can drive the elephant. And I actually just noticed the Spartan that I've spawned with is actually white, and I think that's supposed to look like a stormtrooper or a clone trooper. That's pretty cool. I think we've already seen these vehicles. This is a hover tank. I don't think the maps have got different vehicles. So far, they've only got different weapons, which is, I don't know, fine, I suppose. Let's check out this one. Really awesome. Seems like this has got very similar sound effects. This has got rocket launchers too. I think this is the same one that we checked out on the Hoth map. This looks different though. Let's see what this is. I think this is one of the drone tanks. Or the Droideka tanks, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm not that familiar with Star Wars lore. I've only played the games. I'm very, very sorry. So this is a Scorpion. This is using the Scorpion asset, and it's got like a track right through the middle. Awesome, awesome weapons. The way the weapons sound and feel is really, really amazing. Really, really cool. Absolutely a well-done mod. I think this is actually my favorite map so far, actually. I like the aesthetic and theme of this. Just imagine this with a load of Spartans running around it, shooting at each other. Absolutely awesome. I don't believe the equipment has changed. That's just a radar jammer, but we don't have radars switched on at the moment. Just noticed here there's a fuel rod spawn as well. So most of the weapons we have access to are indeed Halo 3 themed. We can't drive these. That's unfortunate. Let's see this mongoose. Just a default mongoose. Now, what amazes me about this mod is the potential. Because Steam Workshop support has only been out a few days now. And this is the sort of level of mods that we're getting access to already. Now, I do appreciate that people have been working on the mods longer than that. But just the fact that this is possible within Halo 3's engine to this level of quality really, really makes me excited for the future of the game. This is what's going to carry the game into the future, I think. The amalgamation of different sci-fi universes, Star Wars meets Halo, just so compelling. And it's a great way to sort of combine audiences too, because I can see people that are fans of Battlefront and Halo playing this. This is just such a creative way to play the game, and it's really well done. I'm gushing about this. Can you tell I think this is cool, guys? And here we are in the final map that the mod installs for us, and this is the Death Star map. Probably a bit more of an intimate map. I don't think there's any vehicles on this. This is very much a close quarters infantry-based map, which I don't suspect is going to have much in terms of additional features. I think this is literally just a map, unless there's going to be some new weapons spawned, which I've not found. I have actually just had a quick run around, and I didn't see any weapons, so it does seem like this is the lesser of the 3 maps that are available on the mod. But nevertheless, really, really lovingly created, really, really cool. Spartan laser spawn here, and I'd love to get a game night together and actually play these maps, because this is just so cool, guys. Definitely check a look. Definitely take a look at the map, the mod, excuse me. Link in the description. This is my favorite thing I've seen so far for the MCC, and if this is any sort of indication of where it's going to go in the future, I'm here for it. I can't wait to see if we get a custom games browser for modded content. That's probably the direction that this should go in, just for the overall long-term health of the game. But if you've enjoyed it, check it out. Go and have a look at the mod, support the creators, and thanks very much for watching. And this has been an incredible series so far. Can't wait to see some more mods.